Today I will be mining for 100 days in Minecraft 1.17. A lot has changed mining wise since 1.16, so I want to take a look at what's different and see if we can find a new best way to mine. I'm going to spend 100 days broken into 3 sections of 33 days, each mining a different method. Then on day 100 we'll analyze the results and find out for sure what the best mining method is in the new Caves and Cliffs update. Before we get to the rest of the video, these videos take a ton of time to make, so if you enjoyed it, please make sure to leave a like. If we hit 1k likes, I will work on 100 days of netherite mining. Before we start and get to the numbers, leave a comment below telling me how many diamonds you think I got from this entire endeavor. Don't skip to the end, and of course, hit the subscribe button already if you haven't. Now that I'm done being a sellout, let's get into the process and day 1. I broke the 100 days up into 3 sections of 33 days. The first third was spent strip mining, the second was spent caving, and only strip mining to find a new cave. The final third was spent haste 2 mining. After all 3 of these sessions, I pulled the loot into a chest to recount at the end. I gave myself a bunch of netherite pickaxes with efficiency 5, silk touch, and unbreaking. Remember, the goal of this video is not about survival, but instead about finding the best method in Caves and Cliffs update by getting a large sample size. I've given myself silk touch as I don't want random fortune to throw the numbers off, although at the end I will pull all the ores together and fortune everything for one last satisfying mine. So wait to the end to see that. On day 1, I dug down to Y5 to mine as I had been told it's the new Y level to mine at for the new update, but that may change depending on how well it goes. I'm not going to break down the video into individual days like my normal 100 days videos, as each day is heavily based on randomness on what ores and valuables I will come across. I ran out of torches pretty quickly, but definitely overestimated the amount of food I would need. I assume this is due to the fact that I didn't have to worry about exploring caves and fighting monsters. My health would stay the same, meaning my saturation would go lower very slowly. On the first day, I found mostly coal, iron, and redstone. I only found 1 vein of gold towards the end of the day. Fortunately on day 2, I did find the first vein of diamonds, but through this, I have learned that mining on Y5 absolutely sucks. Feels like the ore rates are terrible, and I keep running into lava pockets. The nice part about mining at Y11 is that if I run into lava, I will always be directly above the lava, so it's extremely easy to bridge over it. However, with mining at Y5, you consistently run into the large bodies of lava and at the side. So all you can do is back up, mine over it, go the long way around, or pop a fire resistance potion and swim through it. So, after not much luck on day 5, I decided to go up to Y11 to mine. And after only mining for a short while, I easily noticed it was much more efficient and I was getting more diamonds. Now that I was in a groove, it was just time to hit it all the way home for the next 25 days or so. I sat back, listened to some music, a podcast, caught up on my friends' Twitch streams, and I'll update you if anything interesting happens. Spoiler alert, nothing does. On day 14, I broke the first netherite pickaxe. I thought I would go through these so much faster, but I suppose not. I'm willing to bet I'll go through them a lot faster down the line once we get to haste 2 mining, but let's get back to the mining. It's amazing how little can happen with strip mining. I hope this video still turns out interesting. I'm so bored of mining already. On day 30, I broke the other netherite pickaxe and headed home through the long, and I mean very long, strip mine to count my resources when I get home. This is everything I had. A pretty nice haul if you ask me, but I'm definitely disappointed with the amount of diamonds I found. Thought I'd find so much more, but I think the addition of deep slate made it definitely slower to move through the blocks, and I think they did reduce the rate of diamonds at the Y11 layer, but it was definitely a much better alternative to mining through lava pocket. I was hoping I'd run into a geode or stronghold for something interesting, but nothing. Only a mine shaft occasionally. Once I got home, I organized up the ores I collected into respective shulker boxes, and after doing this, I realized how overboard I went with prepping a building for all of this. And now it's time for caving. Hopefully this is more interesting. Remember, I've got to stay in the cave the entire time, so 30 days of just being in a cave. I stocked up on food, and I brought a bed, and torches, and extra wood. I brought everything I would need for this caving trip. Now let's see how it goes. Hopefully it'll be a little bit more interesting. Caving felt much more exciting as I was fighting monsters and running around while mining. There was much more to keep me engaged, but everyone knows that caving is going to be more interesting than strip mining, so there's no point in me telling you that. The most important thing is I had better resource yields caving than I did strip mining. The only issue with this method over strip mining is that strip mining you can absolutely rip up the world for resources. Caving does not take advantage of each chunk's resources nearly as much, especially if you optimize your strip mine to every other 2 blocks, so you're exposing an entire 4 layers of the chunk. You're also regularly going back above the layers you need to be at for mining diamonds, so sometimes you're not going to find diamonds just based on the Y level you're at. So because of this, you have to move areas much more often to keep inside of a cave. It's much less sustainable staying close to your base, but if you're willing to move far away from your base, then why not? I returned on day 60, and now it was time for some Haste 2 mining. The last third of the 100 days were spent moving beacons around and insta-mining stone. The only issue now is the addition of Deep Slate, which cannot be instant-mined, even with the Netherite Efficiency 5 pickaxe. Which means you either have to mine around it, and miss out on potential ores in the middle, or suffer and mine through the Deep Slate. I personally chose to mine around it, as I could not be asked to mine it through it at a slower pace. It's not as high-paced as caving, but the instant mine has its own satisfaction to it. However, the satisfaction definitely goes away much faster than the interest in exploring from caving. Overall, Haste 2 mining was easily the most lucrative manner to mine. The only downside is this is the most endgame manner to mine, which explains why it's the best way, but you've got to do a lot more to get here. Fortunately, with caving or strip mining, you can do it right off the bat. You could do it with a wooden pickaxe if you wanted to. I'm cutting out a ton of this because the intent of this video is not to show you day by day, it is instead to show you how well each one goes. So now that all the mining is done, let's do one final count of everything while I time-lapse the fortuning of everything. Overall, we collected 794 diamond ore. It's about 12.5 stacks of ore. Strip mining was the least successful, resulting in only 216 diamonds. Caving resulted in slightly more at 260 diamonds. And finally, instant mining with a Haste 2 beacon got us an astounding 318 diamonds. So easily, you can see that instant mining was the best. I don't think anyone was going to question that. But with the Caves and Cliffs update, it definitely did introduce some things that made it more difficult, such as the Deep Slate. Strip mining provided about a chest of iron and coal and about 9 stacks of gold. Caving provided a ton of iron and gold, about a double chest each. By the time I got to Haste 2, I was pretty tired of mining in all honesty, so I stopped mining coal and focused more on the important ores. Provided a ton of redstone and diamonds, but I didn't focus too much on the iron either. At the end of it all, we had enough diamonds to make a double diamond beacon. Plus, I also had some extra diamond blocks to throw around to look cool. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you want 100 days of netherite mining, and I will see you all in the next video.